So today the plan is to actually cut the framing here, and we've checked the framing here doesn't support anything. This is not like a load-bearing wall by no means, so we don't have to do too much structural reinforcements or anything like that. So our joists run parallel with the wall, so there's no worry of cutting studs out and losing support on that wall. The second thing is the depth. Considering the depth here, we are going to be putting in Durock cement board on the back of the drywall here directly. That's going to get waterproofed and then tiled. And then there's going to be a stone sill at the very bottom, which basically is going to take care of resting your foot, or you can use it as a shelf, of course. We've modified the HVAC duct to allow our opening to get built, and we're gonna make this rough opening here about I think we measured realistically 18 inch, something like that, 20 inches wide. So it's gonna be about 20 inches wide and about 4 feet tall. So, or maybe 3 feet tall, something like that. The idea is that once you build up your walls, you're going to put your cement board, you're going to put your tile, your thin set. You're going to lose roughly anywhere between 3/4 inch to 1 1/4 inch, depending on the thickness of your tile. So that's very important to consider when creating your rough opening, because your final opening is going to be a lot smaller. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I already took some measurements. The number one thing to consider is where you want to put your niche, what obstacles you have, and what issues you're going to encounter once you build this. You're going to need quite a few tools. Circular saw. We have an oscillating tool here, and with a nice new clean blade. This will allow us to get into really tight spaces and cut those 2x4s without ruining the drywall. On the other side, we have a circular sawzall, which has just a standard wood blade on it that can also cut nails. And then of course we have our drill. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. So we already have our dimension. We know that we want our niche to be centered with the drain. So the overall shower will be 42 inches wide by about 6.5 feet. Something like that. Yeah, so 6 feet 2 inch. So realistically 6 feet wide by 42 inch. So almost 4 feet wide, which is fairly good size. We did a ceiling mounted shower head. Our valves are mounted on the exterior here, or I should say the interior of the shower, but on the wall where it's the most accessible. So once you open up your door, your glass door, you can open up your diverter to guide the water to whatever faucet you want, and then the valve to control your water temperature. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So we know our opening is going to be roughly about 20 inches, and we're probably going to end up with realistically maybe about a 4 foot tall niche. So that'll give us enough shelving space and enough space to create 2 separate shelves and a footrest. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So number one thing is safety. We have glasses, we have lights, and I'll turn on my lights on my head so it could be have a little bit better lighting here. And then we got a pencil, we have a tape measure, and we're gonna go ahead and start cutting this out. So we have our center, which is 21 inch, is what I measured from the current wall. And I took that measurement based on my wall here to the center of the drain. So if I measured this drain and I go 21 is my center, I transferred that to my wall here, 21. So now what I'm going to do is use this 2x4 here as my rough. So this is where the Durock is actually going to get installed. And then we're going to measure to that. So we have 9.5 inches. So we're going to do same thing here. That means 9.5, 9.5. That is actually 19 inch. So our finish will be right there, roughly 19 inch. Okay, so our opening is actually going to be 19, rough opening. By the time we're done, it's going to be a little bit narrower, but that should be fine. You never want to build a niche right in the corner, because then it's very hard to tile. You want to be able to get a nice solid tile on the corners, because otherwise now you have grout, you have all these little cuts, and that'll eventually break, cause little fissures, and then you're going to end up with a crack where water can penetrate. So you want to consider that too. We're making it tall enough to allow for enough room for things that you need, so we should be okay. So 19, so we're going to go ahead and cut this off right here, this 2x4. And then the height, like I said, we're going to go 48. We're going to go 49 and a half. So if we want 48, that's 51 inch will be our height, 51 inch. So if that's 51 here, let's measure that again. 51. So 51 inch, yep. Okay, so 51 inch is where we're gonna have that. Now we're gonna take that measurement, and that is 68 3/8. So 68 3/8, okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut that off, cut this off, remove this stud here, and then create our opening. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and make some nice straight lines here. And these don't have to be 100% perfect because they're rough cuts, and they'll be cement board. So when cutting this, you might encounter some nails, and if you use an oscillating tool, that oscillating tool is not really designed to go through nails. So just don't persist too much. Let it go, and then you come back with a sawzall. Screw coming from the other side, but what we're gonna do is slowly rock this back and forth and to allow all those nails or screws just release from the back of the 2x4. So that's our 2x4 here. Jello here is going to assist me. Let's see what we did on the other side. Not too many cracks. Good. So be gentle. It's drywall. It's not cement. Remove all the little pieces and things like that. Clean off your wall. Any nails or things like that you want to eliminate, so you have a nice clean. Okay. So now that we made that cut, now what we're gonna do is put a 2x4 across and 2x4 across. Then we're gonna create our opening where we want it. So very, very simple. The number one thing, take your time, don't rush, think about everything, and make always double measurements, because it's better to measure 3 times and cut once than making multiple different cuts. So 30 and a half. 30 and 3/4, 33, 35/8, okay, and 30 and a half. So there you have it. We're gonna go ahead and make those cuts, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we've created our opening. We're gonna put another cross piece or stud in here to complete our niche, and that should take care of it. So now we've screwed in the pieces from the side, and down. So now everything's nice and tight and even. Same with the top piece, sides, and then right through. So that should hold any kind of weight or any kind of issues there that you might encounter later in the future. You're covered. And then now we need to cut a piece that's 47 3/4. So we need a piece that's 47 3/4. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that. Okay, so we've created our opening. We're gonna put another cross piece or stud in here to complete our niche, and that should take care of it. So now we've screwed in the pieces from the side and down. So now everything's nice and tight and even. Same with the top piece, sides, and then right through. So that should hold any kind of weight or any kind of issues there that you might encounter later in the future. You're covered. And then now we need to cut a piece that's 47 3/4. So we need a piece that's 47 3/4. So we're gonna frame. So like as you notice here, we have just snug enough. So rule of thumb for me is make sure that your pieces of wood are just a bit smaller than your opening. That way everything sits nicely and fits nicely. So we're gonna make sure this is level. Okay, and another thing you want to make sure is that you don't use 2x4s that are warped or damaged, because remember, you're screwing in, you're putting in tile, so you want to make sure that all those pieces fit nicely. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and use 2.5-inch screws to mount this together. Jello here is going to assist me, and let's see if we can make this. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, we're gonna put the level on it one more time. Is it level at the top?
It's okay.
No, but down here, put it. Yeah, so I wanna make sure that our unit is level. So that looks completely crooked for some reason. Why is that? Oh, I see. So the top moved a little bit. So as you're screwing in, if something moves, just adjust it a little bit and you should be good. So, all right, so we actually gotta go back the other way. Not that way. Even more. Okay. So what happens is when if your 2x4 has a little bit of a belly per se, see on this side it shows level. So we're good here. So okay. All right. That looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. So now we're gonna toe screw this guy right through here. And you don't want to put too many screws, because what happens is you'll crack the studs and then it won't hold. So 2 should be more than sufficient. You can do it from either end. Okay, so now it's all one unit. Now what we're gonna do is take a measurement and let's see what we ended up with. So we did 19 on top here. Oh, 18 3/4. And what do we do here? 18 7/8. Okay, so let's unscrew this and then we'll redo it really quick. Okay. All right, so 18 7/8, 18 7/8, perfect. So that will ensure that we have same spacing at the top and at the bottom. Okay. Okay. Double check one more time here. Yep. And yep. And 18 7/8. So that is our opening here. And that's it. Our niche is fully complete here. Don't mind me tripping on the drain. But essentially our niche is framed out. It's 19 inches wide, or 18 7/8 by 47 3/4. So by the time we add our Durock for waterproofing, our thin set and tile, we lose about 3/4 to an inch of surface, and this will end up being somewhere around 17 inch or so, 17 and a half most likely, and there'll be a sill at the bottom, a shelf, and another shelf. So you'll end up with 2 shelves and then a sill at the bottom for just pretty much resting your foot, doing whatever you need to do in the shower. And then also you could use it as a shelf. We centered it with a drain again, and that completes our niche. So the guys are gonna come back and we're gonna show you that, install the Durock and then the tile work, and that should be complete. Our next task for today is to finish the window opening.